Right, it is currently, as you can see, show you the time. It's Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. It's 2:58 p.m. And the purpose for using this time is, as always, giving a highly illustrative example showing you the absolute impossibility that never changes regarding the very first video that I ever captured with the sun over my head, showing that it is not the sun, it is not the natural environment, it is indeed a fake sun, which is revealing what is going on in the rest of the country. And it is criminal surveillance, and it's entirely demonic. So what you're looking at, first of all, is through closed blinds. Not only is engineer light shooting above the blinds, framing, all right, around the door. This is also engineer light that's reaching into the depths underneath the table. It's coming through underneath the blinds, and these are blackout blinds, so there's two layers to them, and you're looking at that illumination, okay? First of all, this is where there is a covered structure outside, and I'll show you that. That's getting also to the impossibility that this is sunlight. That's speaking to the deliberate maintenance of light that is present, occurring supernaturally for the purposes of criminal surveillance, and it's legally relevant that it's criminal surveillance that is happening in a specific environment. That is a hotel room. This is a sex offense committed by the government, okay? So the entity is maintaining surveillance at what is a private space, which is what this is documented as, and it's pursuant to the pattern of conduct. This is, again, the entity that is gang stalking. This is RAMADA by WYNDHAM. I've documented WYNDHAM gang stalking me before. And this is, just so that you can keep seeing the ongoing comparison, I've documented WYNDHAM targeting me before, and this is that same criminal engagement in that pattern of conduct, which is a sex offense, while WYNDHAM is an innkeeper, okay? And a pattern of conduct by WYNDHAM that is engaging in targeting. And this is the entity that is doing so at 2:58 p.m. The entity that is targeting by the City of Ontario, the Ontario Police Department. If you'll recall the documentation, which I'm capturing above. All right, let me capture this, all right. This is what you'll see above on July 25th, 2025 at what is 2:58 p.m., the time that I started this video. The entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct, and you're understanding the specific environment as it is a supernatural occurrence. The sun that's over the roof at the Economy Inn at 2301 South Euclid Avenue is not going to be present where I'm located. And this is also not sunlight when you're getting down to that. And this is a covered structure, so the illuminated light that's in here underneath the table, reaching through, spanning across the wall and behind the door, that's impossible light activity. It's the same pattern with the entity having engineer light flying through the room. The entity that is engaging what is the maintenance of impossible light activity. As you're paying attention to that, this is engineer light, not sunlight, okay? And the entity is maintaining concentrated light. This is not sunlight. And at 2:58 p.m. at the same time, you're looking at the government that is engaged in surveillance with who are around me. The people of the state are the ones that are in the hotel rooms. The people of the state are the ones who are around when you're being when you're remaining subject to harassment, which is occurring in the environment. And this is given the context of what's happening under what is the fake sun. Everywhere at the address, it could be anywhere other than what is over the top of my head. That's also speaking to what is also, not only is there not going to be sunlight through the shade manifesting inside of the room, but it's also not going to be here while it's at Economy Inn. And you're also understanding what is the fake sun that's over my head in particular at this venue. This is the P.O.C, right? And this is showing targeting that's proven in an environment. And this is where the Ontario Police Department are gang stalking above at the same exact time. All right, 2:58 p.m.
They have no interest in maintaining. This is the entity that's gang stalking. They don't help people to state, they incriminate them. This is what the entity is doing under the fake sun at 7:16 a.m., flying over my head in a helicopter with a yellow underbelly, walking the same address, 2301 South Euclid Avenue at Economy Inn. And this is where the entity engaged in kidnapping with that same Ontario Police Department on September 25th, 2020. And this is relevant to the gang stalking conduct. This demon's in room number 24. She's engaged in federal stalking with the Ontario Police Department. And so is, again, Simba. Don't forget what Simba's doing, Gang of Ontario, and doing so in the specific environment. She's stalking in the path in this room, monitoring together while they are engaging in that pattern of conduct. The entity that's gang stalking by helicopter does so while the fake sun remains over the inside of the venue.
All right, that's the P.O.C. This is the entity that's engaging in that targeting conduct as I remain at the venue. This is a facilitating venue, not a private property. And you're going to prosecute for the malice that the entity exhibits, such as kidnapping, because of your refusal to stop documenting when they're engaging in what is conspiring, you're murdering, and kidnapping while targeting you with the state. That's P.O.C. It's currently 3:02 p.m.